you been making buttonholes? Have you been making buttonholes? Let's ask that one too.
So I remember making buttonholes as a kid when they were hard.
Yeah,
They were so hard, and no one wanted to make them.
Yeah, exactly. You just put your button in there like that, and it measures your button. And this one here, this particular foot, and you have to know from on your machine, does it sew it from front to back or back to front?
Yes, always do a practice run.
Yes.
So you know that.
Yes, always.
It does change from machine to machine.
Right, it does, because my Solaris, it went this way. I used my button to measure from the front, and then it sewed it. But this particular one, on this Still Air, you put it on, and you put your button, it goes towards the back. So I'm going to give this to you, and I'll have you put that on the machine, and then that way we can make a buttonhole. So which buttonhole would you like to make, Cheri?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a fun one. Should we do that one?
So let's try that one.
Okay.
You forgot to drop the little bar thing that measures your button.
So see this right here? It just goes down, and on this one, it's going to go behind that first because it's going to let it know between this gap when it's there. Right. So as soon as I drop that, we got a green light.
You got a green light.
All right.
Now it also tells you to grab your thread.
Okay.
Okay, and hold on to your thread, because what I found happening is that the very first of that buttonhole, it would just kind of, it doesn't pull your thread down into your feed dogs.
Okay.
It leaves it on top. So you want to grab it so you don't have a big knot on the top.
And let's grab it so it's behind there, just like that.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. And it's just gonna make like one touch, and we're going.
Yeah.
And this is a big buttonhole we're making.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you haven't got a small button there. It's a pretty good sized button you've got there. So like I said, it's not a small one.
It's already done like the little keyhole, and now it's coming back on the back side. And I don't need to do anything.
That's it. You start, and now all you have to do is cut your thread. There's our buttonhole right there. Isn't that fun?
That is so fun.
That's a fun one. So another thing that I think about as far as buttonholes is, how many of you are afraid to cut your buttonhole open?
It only takes once.
You do it wrong one time. That's exactly right. You do it wrong one time. But I'm going to show you just a couple of little tips on how to cut that buttonhole open without having any possibility of cutting the end of your buttonhole totally.
Okay.
So what I learned early on was to take a straight pin and put it at the base of your buttonhole like that. Then I'm going to start, I usually start in the middle, okay? And I'll take my seam ripper, and you can use just a pair of scissors, a really fine point scissors, but I usually take my seam ripper and just push that. And once you get to that pin, it's not gonna go through the end of your buttonhole there, okay? So then you can take it and move it back to this end, and then turn it around as if you're starting in the middle. That's just a habit that I've always had. And then there you go, and then your button. And
it opened perfectly, and you didn't even go past it.
No. Okay, hand me my button. I'm going to make sure that it fits, and that it's going to go through the buttonhole. So I always like to put my button on top of my buttonhole like that, just to kind of double check it and to make sure. But after I've cut it open, look at that. And it's got the right amount of resistance. It's not too big. Don't you hate it when your buttonholes are too big and your buttons come undone?
Or if it's too small and you can't get the button through.
Yeah. So it's always great to just kind of make a test and make sure that your buttonhole is the right size and that your button goes in and out very easily.
Awesome.